Good morning, everyone. This is Ms. Poindexter, and as promised in last week's live advisement presentation, I'm coming to you today to show you how, as a school, we can reach our AR goal. So if you can recall, in last week's advisement presentation, I told you that as a school, we want to have everyone take 2 AR quizzes by December the 15th. With those AR quizzes, we want to make sure that one, you have access to books that are within your reading range, and two, we want to make sure that when you read those books and you take the quizzes that you score an 80% or higher. So to make sure that you have a lot of books that you're interested in to make sure you get a really good AR quiz score, I'm going to show you the MyOn app that is located on your ClassLink's Launchpad page. So on my screen, you should see the home page or the Launchpad to ClassLink. And in the search bar, I am going to search for MyOn, which is the app that we're going to use to access over 6,000 very interesting books. So I'm going to start by searching for MyOn, and you should see it pop up on the screen. I'm going to now click on the MyOn app, and you will be logged in automatically. This is your MyOn home page. On your MyOn home page, you will have access to different features. However, if you log into MyOn for the first time, and if you do not get to this page, they may ask you a few questions first to make sure that we have your appropriate Lexile level, especially if you did not take the STAR reading assessment during the STAR reading assessment administration window. But once you get past those questions, you should end up here on this home page. When you get here, you can go to the library and you can browse for books. Now, when you browse for books, you need to keep your Lexile in mind. In your Canvas, if you took the STAR reading assessment, I provided you with your Lexile score and your Lexile range. So my Lexile score is a 1275. I'm going to make sure that I get books that are just right for me. I don't need books that are too low, and I don't need books that are too high. So the rule of thumb is don't go more than 100 Lexile points below or 50 Lexile points higher. I'm going to click Browse, and I'm going to look through which genre interests me the most. I like books that are on sports and vehicles. Let's go with sports. While I am scrolling through the sports, I'm going to see what book I'm interested in reading to take an AR quiz on. When you hover over each book title, they're going to give you 4 options. They're going to give you the option to read, the options for more info, the options to add it to your favorites list or into your bookshelf, or an option to take an AR quiz on it. Remember, do not take an AR quiz until you have read the book. I want to see the Lexile level of this book, so I'm going to click Info. The Lexile level of this book is a 1010. So remember, you want to make sure that you get books that are within your Lexile range. I'm going to keep going. 9:30, and I'm looking at that here. So as I am going, I'm going to look for books that I like, and when you like a book, it's very easy to just add it to your bookshelf. You add it to your bookshelf by clicking Add Here, or you can add it to your bookshelf by clicking Info and by adding it here. Once you have added books to your bookshelf, you can scroll back to the top of the page and you can click on My List. My List now has all of the books that you have added. Once you add those books, you can go in and you can begin to read them. I'm going to start the book. So I'm starting the book. I'm reading the book. I can look at dictionaries. There are also some books that will actually read to you. This book is one of them. So if I press play.
Chapter 2. Punk moves. Punk's travels. Punk.
So I can go through and have the book read to me. Once I get finished reading this book and I'm ready, I can click take an AR quiz, and it is going to now redirect me to Renaissance to take an AR quiz on this book. Now I'm back on my home page, and on my home page, it's going to tell me the book that I last opened, how many pages I read, and how much time I spent reading the book. So this app is very, very, very important to take an AR test, especially if you don't have access to books at home. So again, I want you to use the MyOn app. I want you to browse for books that are just right for you. Once you browse those books, you look at the info to look at the Lexile level and see if the Lexile level is just right for you. Once you have found a book that has a Lexile level that is just right for you, you can add it to your library. Once you add it to your library, you can go to your list and you can access that book. And once you access that book and you read the book from beginning to end, you can now take an AR quiz on the book by clicking here. So hopefully this quick presentation was resourceful, and now you know how to access over 6,000 books that are of different genres to make sure you're reading a book that you're interested in, that's on your Lexile level or within your Lexile range, so that we can all work together as a school to get those 2 books read and those 2 quizzes passed with an 80% or higher by December the 15th. All right, if you have any questions, be sure to email me in Canvas, or you can email me in Microsoft Outlook. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.